Good morning, ladies. It is week 13. Wow, I had to think about that for a minute. And we are on chapter 8 of Mary Christensen's book. And the first thing I want to do is address that we've all heard and watched the video for the Grace Adele announcement. And what I want to say is that I understand why Orville and Heidi have made this decision, and I think in the long run it will be for the success of all of us as consultants. That doesn't mean that we can't be sad, and you guys all know how much I love that creative part of building something for people, and I'm truly gonna miss it. And anyway, but I think as leaders, we need to make sure that you guys, okay, as well as people who friends you know that love Grace Adele, get connected with a Grace Adele consultant who plans to be active during this huge sale, so they can set up online parties for them and they can invite their friends and do an event. And that way even though you may not be doing Grace Adele, you're still a consultant for Scentsy, but you can benefit from those parties as well. So, and that's my understanding, is that parties are going to go on as usual during this time. So any information I find out about that, I promise I will relay to you. So for those of you who know me, know that the last 4 days have been pretty rough for me as far as the Grace Adele announcement. And I kind of been through a little bit of a grieving process, and that's pretty normal. All right, but and thank you for checking in on me, seeing how I was doing, because you guys knew that I was 110% vested into Grace Adele products, and I love them. So, but anyway, I wanted to thank you. And so I was in my kitchen this morning, and I saw this sign on my wall that my friend Sonia had given me at convention. I think it was last year or the year before, and I just thought it was absolutely appropriate. So here it is, okay? It says, either whine a little or cork it and go home. All right? So what I want you guys to do is remember that, yes, this is a process, and we're all going to get through this, and we're all going to support one another, okay? And something better is coming along later. I just know it. Remember, it's that one door closes, another one opens. So anyway, on to week 13 video training. So this is, she starts into team leadership in this chapter, and you guys are all participating in sponsoring, all right? And what I want you to do is I want you to create a sponsoring notebook. And in there, I want you to put your hit list. I want you to download the weeks 1 through 4 training so that you have those in there, okay? And then I have a few other assignments that I'm going to give you for things to put in that. But I think you need some place to keep track of what's going on in your sponsoring life, all right? And what's the focus? Cancun, 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 okay? And the only way we're going to get there is if we sponsor new people, all right? Now remember, there are people out there who used to do Scentsy years ago, and their original sponsor does not do it anymore. So if that person didn't really get a good start, all right, and wants to re-sign up with you, and they didn't hit their 1,000 and are still an essential, that is also another good way for you to possibly add to your team. All right, doesn't cost them anything, and we can go over ways to help them figure out what products they absolutely have to have in order to get restarted. Okay, so that's one thing I want you to think about. Okay, so we're going to talk about, after you sponsor them, I think a really important part of it is actually having a conversation and getting to know them. All right, and it's just basic questions, and there's like 20 questions Mary has in there, and your assignment is going to be to pick 6 to 8 of those, and those are going to be your focus questions that you talk to a new consultant about, and those will help you figure out where to go with this particular person. Anyway, I also want you to be very specific with them about your scheduled training. You need to figure out what you want to do training wise. Do you want to do a weekly call? Do you want to do a bi-weekly call? Any of that. You need to set those boundaries. Remember, I've talked about boundaries over and over and over and over again. Okay? You need to set those boundaries with that new consultant right away, because guess what? She's going to do it when she recruits, okay? Because she will respect that you have said, okay, so this is my training schedule, this is what I do, all right? And this is also a really good time for you to let her know your expectations and your limitations, okay? We can't fix everything, and we don't know every single thing there is to know about the Scentsy family. So anyway, next thing I want you to do when you get a new sponsor is I want you to find their goal, all right? And I want you to use the goal sheets that we have on our team, on our director group page, because I think those are the most amazing goal sheets ever. And I think it just takes you right through it. So use those goal sheets to help that new person find out what it is they want to do. And, okay, here's a little tidbit. When they say, you know, I just really don't know what my goal is, turn it around and say, well, you know what? If you did know what your goal was, what would it be? If you just magically knew what it was, what would be your big, big, big goal? And I tell you, that makes them think, okay? Because what they know now is that you're not going to judge them. Okay, I think a lot of people think we're going to judge them. Their goals are too big, they're too small, they're too simple, they're not, fluffy enough, whatever. Okay, so anyway, and then next, after you do the goal, I want you to find their drive. And remember, their drive is the gap between what they have now and what they want. All right, so what they have now is they have a 1990 Toyota Camry. All right, and now they want a 2013 Toyota Camry. All right, so that gap is making enough money to be able to buy that new car. All right, that's their drive. That would be their why. All right, so what I want you to do is focus on their goals and their gaps in between what they have and what they want. All right, so I told you today it was going to be a very simple video. And it is, and I want you all to know how important you are in my life, and for supporting me during this big transition with Scentsy Family. And we are all going to get through it, and we're all going to be better for it and stronger. So, whine a little bit and click it, okay? And that's what I'm working on myself. All right. I think that's about it for today, all right? You guys are all doing a great job. Get out there and get some Scentsy sisters. I want you in Cancun with me. I want to buy you a drink at the swim up bar, which are free. Anyway, okay, so get a Scentsy sister, get a team going, guys. I know you can do this, all right? Have a great day. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.